fire broke out in a plane on a runway in Japan's Haneda airport. The public service broadcaster NHK has shared this footage with us. The flight that landed at the Haneda airport collided with a Coast Guard plane and went up in flames minutes after landing. 379 passengers and crew that were on board this flight have escaped death. It has been a miraculous escape because the aircraft right now has been completely destroyed. We'll have to remind our viewers that the entire operation was completed not more than an hour ago. How it happened and how all the passengers escaped, let me go over to Vishnu and understand how it was possible.
It's actually 379 passengers and crew. That's what we need to just change that detail to. 379 passengers and crew on board the A350-900 aircraft of Japan Airlines on a flight from Sapporo, one of Japan's busiest cities, to the capital Tokyo. Haneda is one of two major airports which service the greater Tokyo airport. Tokyo region. There are reports of a collision having taken place shortly after this A350-900 actually touched down at Haneda airport. It was a 2.3-year-old aircraft, 2 years and 3 months. But there was an evacuation which took place moments afterwards. It was still on the runway when the evacuation took place. Some of the footage actually does show the left rear most slide having been deployed. But since that evacuation, this is the state of the aircraft. It's been completely obliterated one way or the other, with the Japanese broadcaster now confirming, the state media now confirming that all 379 people on board, that includes passengers and crew on board, having been evacuated. This really does need to be reported as a miracle. It is unbelievable that everybody managed to get out as soon as possible. We're joined now by Nupur Tiwari, who's reporting for us from Tokyo at this stage. Nupur, could you share the details that you're getting at this stage? Can you confirm that all 379 on board this aircraft are out?
Yes, Vishnu. Actually, this is very unfortunate. The second day of 2024, and yesterday, the big earthquake and the tsunami thing. Tsunami definitely, did not happen that much, and this is a good thing. 2024, I would say, and today again the JAL aircraft which was coming from
getting is of 379 passengers and crew out of the aircraft. Is that what you're hearing at this stage?
Hello. Yes, 379 passengers they evacuated from the aircraft, and including definitely 2 pilots and 12 crews also. Yes. So this is a great news that nobody's harmed, nobody anything bad did not happen. When it comes to life, everybody's safe. But the thing is that the second day, first day, and the second day, so Japan is kind of the mentally. I spoke to a few people, local Japanese, and they're saying like this is not a good sign of 2024.
Nupur, could you please describe to us how the evacuation took place? How did these 379 passengers and crew members escape death? Because that is something all our viewers in India are trying to know. How did this mega operation, I would say, at the Haneda airport happened?
379 passengers they evacuated, but the thing is that I'm not at the Haneda airport right now, and they did not disclose any news yet. But
all right, so Nupur, we'll come back to you in a few moments from now as you get more detail. We are picking up a few more details from the Japanese broadcaster as well. As Rika mentioned, 379 passengers and crew on board that aircraft. There is a report that it collided just upon touchdown with a Japanese Coast Guard de Havilland aircraft, and apparently 5 crew members of that aircraft are missing. These are images, new images of rescue service. We do not know about the extent of injuries, and I think that's a key point. Rika, all we know is that they're off the aircraft. We do not know about the extent of injuries, where smoke inhalation becomes a huge concern. Burn injuries becomes a huge concern as well. And 5 people are still missing from that Coast Guard aircraft is what we are now being told. We do expect further statements from Japan Airlines. in a little while from now. But the aircraft are complete write-off. 2.3-year-old aircraft, and this is the footage that we've been describing. The moment when it touched down, shortly thereafter, apparently there was it made impact with another aircraft, careened down the runway, and it was in flames, as we see, when the evacuation took place. Now, the fact that you could get 379 people, that's all the passengers and crew of that aircraft, safely is a clear example of the professionalism of the crew, the ability to exit the aircraft. Presumably, all of the evacuation slides were not deployed. Evacuation slides are only deployed where a fire is absent. Therefore, I do notice that on the left wing, Rika, there was no evacuation slide in the emergency exits nearby.
So it must have been from the right side that...
It was from the back rear that we can confirm, possibly from the back right as well.
Not from the left side at all, because the left side is completely destroyed.
The overwing exits, whether there was any evacuation from there or not, it seems difficult. You can actually see in that earlier footage flames coming in over there. One of the engines quite clearly on fire as well. So dramatic visuals of this aircraft on fire. JL516, a Japan Airlines A350-900 aircraft on a flight from Sapporo to Haneda in Tokyo, in a accident shortly after landing, apparently impacting a Japan Coast Guard aircraft. 5 people on that Coast Guard aircraft are presently missing. All 379 on board the Airbus have been evacuated. The extent of their injuries at this stage not yet known. Air services over Haneda Airport, one of the busiest anywhere in the world, has been affected at this juncture. But hopefully the news that we can get is that the injuries of all of these passengers are not, or any passengers are not serious. Should there be injuries, that can be expected, I should say. Whenever there is an evacuation by slide, people tend to get off if it is done efficiently. But yes, there do tend to be injuries of varying scale. But again, let's spare a thought for the 5 people on that Coast Guard aircraft of the Japanese Coast Guard who are still missing. That's the information that we have at this stage.
Absolutely, and we can tell our viewers that a major tragedy has been averted at Tokyo's Haneda Airport. On your left are the pictures of that flame of that plane that has gone up in flames. On the right is the moment that it touched down the runway and when the accident happened. So clearly, all of this has happened in the last couple of hours, and it was due to the efficiency of the system of the emergency system in Japan that all of them are safe right now. We will, of course, let you know, get you all the updates of what is being done to these passengers and of the 5 Coast Guard crew, what is happening to them. We will let you know.